Hi, I'm Rosie Swann. I'm a science teacher here at Cardinal Wiseman Catholic School. I've been teaching now this is my 8th year in teaching, and I've just got into the whole coaching ethos of the school, and based on all the training that we've done, myself and another member of staff are going to become the leads in terms of coaching for the school. To start with, the coaching training that we took part in was just really exciting. It was something that not only the people who were taking part in the coaching found really engaging, but also all of the staff members who actually weren't taking part in the training this year kind of felt a little bit left out because we came out with such a buzz. We were so excited to try all of the techniques, and I found that it's really actually taken part and it's engaged in my actual teaching practice as well. So even if it's not necessarily just the coaching aspect, it's fed into my lessons. I've become much more of an active listener with my students. I've demonstrated lots of different things that we've done through coaching, but in my lessons and my interactions with people in everyday life. When my husband comes home at the end of the day and he's talking about his day, I'm just there, yes, nodding very carefully, making sure that he knows that I'm listening and I'm being an attentive listener. I'd say the key things that we've kind of learned from this training has been that in order to be an effective coach, you don't need to know everything. And I think that was maybe one of the barriers to start with. People think that in order to be a good coach, you need to be at the top of your game, you need to be the best. But the truth is that you don't need that to be a good coach. You just need to be there, willing to reflect, evaluate, and act kind of like a sounding board for somebody, which I think is like a misconception that a lot of people think, well, to be a coach, you need to know everything already, which is just entirely untrue. And I feel like throughout the course of our coaching journey, it's kind of become something that when you come into a coaching session, it's okay that you don't have the answers. You're not supposed to have the answers. Your coachee has the answers and you're just there to facilitate it for them, to find it from them. So I've been both a coach and a coachee during this process. I found that being a coach, initially I was a little bit apprehensive because I didn't really know where to start. I started being a mentor/coach for an ECT earlier this year and our previous year. And throughout that process, it started off being very mentor-led. It was, I'm the expert, you're the novice. But then throughout our time together, we actually shifted to much more of a coaching role where it was very self-reflective. So I think it's just an evolving practice. But it's been very difficult to try and take a step away from the mentor role and move into the coaching role, trying not to lead somebody to the right answer, but letting them find it for themselves. And I think being a coachee, it just completely flips around your perspective. So even though you are there talking to somebody, maybe somebody that you don't really see on a day-to-day basis, they don't necessarily give you the answer you want, but they're just picking it out from you. And I found that even just taking a little bit of time during your day, just to stop and think, allows you to do that, to find the answers for yourself, which I think otherwise, if I hadn't had this session to be a coachee, I don't think I would have done. And it has actually provided me with some actual practical solutions to some of the problems that I've had because I just didn't have enough time to think about it, or I didn't have the right perspective to be thinking about it without a coach to kind of lead me in that direction. I feel like to people who think they don't have enough time, it doesn't have to take ages and ages. It doesn't have to be a massive process. It's really something that can slot in. It can be a 10-minute conversation with somebody. It can be as long as you want, but it's something that you should find time for because I was in a situation where I was extremely stressed. I didn't really have time to figure out why I was stressed until I made time to have that conversation with my coach. And in doing so, I actually led myself down a pathway where I realized these are the things that are causing me stress. These are the things that I need to fix. And even though it was something that was a simple solve, I didn't have time to think about it until I'd made time. And the conversation didn't last very long, but it led me to such a practical solution that actually I was there going, why didn't I think of this before? My coach led me to that. I think the benefits of the whole coaching program has been that in the school we've had previously, when you were a coachee, it was a very negative thing. It was because you needed to improve, you'd done something wrong, and it was seen that way by all the members of staff. And I think that throughout this whole process, we've come to realise that that's not what it should be. That's the wrong way to play this. And it should be a journey of self-reflection. And I think through the people who've had the training, we've come to realise that. And we just need to start spreading that through the rest of the school. so that everybody realises that having a coach is a benefit to everyone, whether you're the head teacher or just a classroom teacher, whatever it is, you could do it and it will benefit you.